NATO Secretary-General is visiting America. His name is Mark Rutte. He has managed to convince US President Trump to keep supplying weapons to Ukraine. And Rutte is capitalizing on that success. He has trained his guns on countries like India now. He is complaining about India's trade with Russia. Yesterday, in the presence of American lawmakers, the NATO chief issued a threat. Listen to this.
If you were the president of China, or the prime minister of India, or the president of Brazil, and you are still trading with the Russians and getting the oil and the gas in, and you sometimes even resell it for a higher price, know that if this guy in Moscow doesn't get serious about peace talks, I will slam secondary sanctions on you of 100%.
This is straight out of the Brussels playbook. Mark Rutte wants to quote-unquote slam sanctions on India, China and Brazil because apparently sovereignty is negotiable when Europe snaps its fingers. He wants the leaders of Brazil, China and India to pick up the phone, call Vladimir Putin and press him to get serious about peace. But here's the reality check. India, China and Brazil are doing what responsible governments do. They're protecting their people. They're buying affordable energy to keep prices stable at home. Europe is doing the exact same thing, except with hypocrisy. Last year alone, Europe spent 22 billion euros on Russian fossil fuels. That's 16% more than what they sent to Ukraine in financial aid. That is the reality of Europe. It keeps buying Russian energy to keep their economies safe, but it lectures countries like India for doing the same thing. And this is not just geopolitics. This is common sense. The developing world needs affordable energy. It helps control inflation. It keeps growth steady. It protects the most vulnerable people from sharp price hikes. Until last year, NATO members struggled to meet their 2% spending target. They had to spend 2% of their GDP on defense. That was the target, and they struggled to meet it. This year, they have agreed to raise it to 5%. But the fact is, NATO still needs American arms to defend itself. 64% of arms imported by European NATO members come from the United States, 64%. So NATO faces some clear challenges. It is failing to deter Russia. It cannot fight without American weapons, and it is unable to speak in one voice. So here's our advice to the NATO chief. Instead of lecturing others and talking about slamming sanctions, look within and put your own house in order first.